Good morning. My name is Ralf Friedrichs. I'm an addiction recovery coach, a life coach, and the author and the host of this show, the Take Your Life Back Today radio show, in conjunction with the YouTube channel Take Your Life Back Today show, where you can see a video version of this. A few months ago, we asked our audience to share experiences in which a complete stranger went out of their way to help someone else. The ongoing tests are called The Good, the Kind, seeks to highlight the unexpected kindness that people have received from someone they didn't even know in their life. These stories range from simple acts that brighten a person's day to grand gestures that changed a person's life. Here are just some, a couple letters that I have received that I want to share with you. I want you to listen to them and listen to the kind strangers that are out there in the world. I shared with her that I had cancer and I was a survivor of cancer, someone wrote. I shared it with a complete stranger and gave a hug to that stranger. A few years ago, I was circling the block to find a parking space so I could get a cup of coffee. A woman walking by, flagged me down and said that she would go in and get the coffee for me if I gave her my order. While she was inside, a spot opened up and I was waiting by my car when she exited. I thanked her when she came out and went to hand her money for the coffee. She said the coffee was on her. She went on to explain that she had metastatic cancer, and with the time she had left, she wanted to do as many good deeds as possible here on earth. I shared with her that I was a cancer survivor, and the two of us, complete strangers, shared a hug and some tears. She asked me to pay it forward as often as possible while still left here on earth. And ever since that day, I made sure to do random acts of kindness for other people as often as I can. This came from a person in Providence, Rhode Island. Here's another one. When they headed to pay their bill, they were told that a guest had already paid and wanted to be anonymous. It was in a restaurant in downtown Chicago in the mid-60s. I was sitting across from a table of 10 or 12 soldiers. When they headed to pay their bill, they were told that a guest had already paid and wanted to be anonymous. The soldiers looked around the restaurant to see if maybe they can identify, searching for the benefactor, and said, "Whoever you are, thank you." They were the ones who deserved the thanks. I never forgotten the moment of grace. Made me aware of the impact of the acts of kindness with no need for recognition. That came from Chicago, a letter. Here's another letter. We drove out to the way for me, dropped me off, made sure I got into my car at the station safely, and refused gas money. About 20 years ago, a man named John drove me home from a train station. In the middle of the night, I had fallen asleep and missed my stop and landed up 2 towns down the line. This was before Uber ever existed, and there were no taxis available at that time of the night. My husband was asleep, so he didn't pick up. I was alone, shivering in the cold, and John asked me if I needed a ride. Naturally, I was hesitant, but I surmised quickly that if he was a serial killer stumbling onto me, his next victim was an unusual stroke of luck. He drove out of the way for me, dropped me off, made sure I got into my car at the station safely, and refused gas money. I will always be grateful to him and think of him every single day for the rest of my life. This came from a lady in Wheaton, Illinois. Here's another one. I had so much fun ice skating for the first time and have never forgotten that kind man on the ice. We were very poor growing up and couldn't afford very many special outings. We were out somewhere when I was about 7 or so, and there was a makeshift ice skating rink there. Growing up in New Zealand, we don't get ice and snow, so this was the first time I'd ever seen anything like that. I thought it was amazing. I knew that there was no point in asking my parents if I could go skating, as we would just wouldn't be able to afford it. So I just watched from the side, longingly from the side at the people having fun. The man running the rink must have felt sorry for me, or maybe something, and asked if I wanted to go on the ice. I said I couldn't, as I didn't have any money, but he said it was okay. I had so much fun ice skating for the first time in my life, and have never forgotten that kind man, or the chance to experience something new and exciting. That came from Auckland, New Zealand. I looked up to see a fellow commuter not only shoveling my car out, but offering me his snow brush to clear off my windows. Here's another letter. I had recently moved to Boston from Florida. I take the commuter rail into the city, and one stormy winter's day, the train was delayed for hours. People were cold, wet, tired, and grumpy. When I finally made it to my car, well after dark, I found it covered with snow and blocked by 2.5 feet high of snow from a plow. Without a shovel and feeling frustrated and teary-eyed, I searched my car for a makeshift tool. I had to resort to using my hands to clear the snow. We New Englanders have a reputation of being cold, and I dreaded asking someone to lend me something, further delaying their journey home. After making a couple of passes with my arms and hands to clear the snow off my car, I looked up to see a fellow commuter not only shoveling my car out, but offering me his snow brush to clear off my window. I couldn't thank that man enough. We made fairly quick work of digging my car out, and we both went our separate ways. On my way home, I cried like a baby from happiness and the unexpected kindness bestowed upon me. This letter came from Boston. Folks, these are all people that have helped someone down the line, and that's what I always talk about. So call me at 844-405-HELP. Together, we can help each other take our lives back. Be good to yourselves, and like these letters, be good to other people. A simple smile to a total stranger can help that stranger for the rest of their lives, and can help you too. When you help other people, it helps you spiritually and in your mind, and may God bless each and every one of you, and take good care. And we'll talk to you guys real soon.